What's the harm in one night?
Get away with this.
There's more than
Those
one way
folks work for the guild. You can get away with whatever they like.
You won't help us, but we've left here from arms. We've had nothing but scraps for days.
You're wrong about Father Logan's killer.
I will be
Enough,
heard.
Yanis. I don't teach you how to pray, so don't teach me how to investigate.
Look, investigate the shitey little elephant. Investigator Valeria thinks it.
Please, in the name of the crying one, have mercy. Tell me instead, crane of
Please, my son. He's only a boy. You must understand.
Sir!
This is front page material.
Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real room.
Let's just stick to the list.
Just so.
Worm's Crossing.
Ymir.
This place has been a haven.
Caress is caress.
And Harpers were less than welcome in the city proper.
Seems hard to imagine your efforts haven't always been appreciated.
It's got a candle key.
A Harper does not go in for public acclaim.
Oh, I'm
We work in
he
shadow
has
and
plans.
secrecy. Tragically unacknowledged by the ungrateful herd.
Sounds familiar.
A small hurdle.
The master plans to expand.
Blood over by the bed. Notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor. You notice the blood's source.
Me for a member of staff?
I'd probably break his
We should return to the ceremony.
I just... You logic.
Eyes made, and they just ate it off each other's asses.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night? I know that look. You remind me of Devella. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found? A Baal plot. You as well? Devella's been harping on about Baal for months. Fancies herself something of an expert. I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswallop and fear-mongering. But she's been unusually insistent about this one, even for her. Fine. I'll bite. What's your theory? Constable Devella is going to be a real pain in the trunk about this. Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? She'll be at the Elf Song Tavern. Show her the list, and I'll stay and inform the Fist here. Oh, and you'll need this pass. It'll give you access to the lower city. Well? What are you waiting for? You've a bloody conspiracy to solve. Move!
Pleasure house, den of decadent delights.
You must want. You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
Wouldn't that be exquisite? But no. I'm afraid the tadpole is still there. But I did shut out your other visitor for a while, so we can enjoy some privacy. The Illithid can't hear us.
Huh. What's the catch?
I brought you here because I'm true to my word, and I can make all of this tadpole business go away, which means you and your lovely friends can remain blessedly free of tentacles. Let us speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free. The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now. Such an eager little pup. Surely you realize there is an exchange to be made. You scratch my back, I scratch your parasite.
There it is. Of course.
I want the crown that dominates the Elder Brain.
This is your chance to free Gith's only son. But Raphael might wreak untold havoc with this crown. But perhaps there is another way to take the hammer. A way into the seat of Raphael's operations. The House of Hope.
I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Karsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Karsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Karsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world. And the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Zariel wouldn't like that much. But even I'm not so desperate to spite her I'd put the hells in this bastard's hands.
The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play. Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. You could free Orpheus, the future of the Githyanki Empire, if you take Raphael's deal. And with Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Karsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
What? You can't be serious.
Right here. You'll find everything is in order. The moment I have your signature, you will have the means to free Orpheus. The hammer. You guarantee the crown will be mine once the brain is defeated, and I swear that I will never use the crown to dominate a mortal. Perfect. One more rhyme, for old time's sake. The master was slain within his own house. They dined on him both, the cat and the mouse. The hammer is yours. You will find yourself in Orpheus's presence before the end comes. When you do, shatter the chains that hold him. Be sure to keep the hammer safe until then. Your survival depends on it. And I'll keep your contract safe in my house of hope. I'll be seeing you, and when I do, we dine.
The ink has barely dried, yet you feel a growing disquiet at what exactly you just signed. Perhaps a diabolus can offer some comfort, or a way out. For a devil's bargain is a hard one to break.
You two have rocks for brains.
the work is never done.
Assume nothing.
In here I thought you had half a brain. How wrong I was. You signed a deal with Raphael. What were you thinking? 'Cause why would a devil ever lie to you? It wasn't the only way. It was the only way Raphael told you about. He just wanted to get you under his thumb. And it worked. As long as he has that contract, he owns you. I won't allow that. We're getting that contract back. You heard him, right? It's in his God's awful House of Hope. We need to find a way in. I swore I'd never return to the Hells. But for your soul, I'll make an exception. Just this once. We need to find a Diabolist. If we can find one worth their salt, they should be able to get us into that devil's lair. I'm getting in, getting your contract, and then I'm never setting foot in the Hells again.
The great devil grows sloppy. He makes his offer, but only after telling us where to find what we seek. The Orphic Hammer. And still you signed his contract. Perhaps it was the wiser course. But I have trouble believing our problems can be solved so easily.
So, a deal's been struck with Raphael, at least. He certainly drew out his sales pitch for long enough.
Of course.
I thought you'd never ask.
Your prince awaits Githyanki and the dawning of a new age.
The librarian.
Proceeding.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts. I can understand that. There's reprieve in solitude. But it's concerning that something could intervene like that, especially when we are so close to the Elder Brain. Do you have any idea what it was? You didn't feel it? Then perhaps my protection. But I was sure. Never mind. We must press on. I will bolster your mental defenses and make sure this doesn't happen again.
like you are.
To pleasure your fine maiden, to fill her fingers with.
We must speak.
Don't fret. You don't have to think about a thing.
Tell me, Lae'zel. Tell me you took the Devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
The hammer? How can it be that you came to possess it? Was it Raphael?
The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny. Can it be? Will the mighty Prince Orpheus soon illuminate the astral plane? Among our people, one gift is esteemed above all others: the Silver Sword. Take it. Wield it in honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son. To Magir, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. Let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry. Even if you could, you would relinquish your mind to the Elder Brain in so doing.
Questions, Lae'zel? You seem to be lost in thought. Yes, but you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others. The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you.
Making me sweat.
Eager for battle.
Caress's caress isn't just about wetting your whistle. It's dancing, dinner, drinks. It's a luxury. You don't need tonic.
It's just unpleasant to need something like this.
Whatever for. Does the hand not
What I wouldn't give to meet the Gondian who invented the steel watch.
And even rooms beside the door. So the Harpers are waiting too.
No, he merely offered patronage.
More tremors. And I doubt they'll be the last.
It's the Elder Brain. There's something happening.
Raise your eyes. Look upon she who conquers.
The projection exudes immense psionic energy. Only 5,000 Senjasi and 5,000 Gish gathered in Tunarath could convey such an image.
Tuskvar! I should have expected no better from Hashalak. Insolent! Ignorant! But I know a flicker of faith still burns inside you. You yearn for purity and mercy. You yearn for a place in Tunarath still. You may yet have it, for I am not holy without pity. I am the Eternal Empress, she who presides over the one in the void. I do not require an invitation. I have only a moment, and you, Hashalak, will listen. Mother Gith made us a city. I made us an empire. We move mountains. We snuff out stars. We shake the plains. The traitor Voss has lied to you. The heretic prince would shatter us in an instant. The great Dominion shrunk to the head of a pin.
Can this be true? Is Prince Orpheus really such a threat to your people? Or simply a challenge to Vlaakith's rule?
Find a way into the prison. Slay Orpheus. All will be made right. I will cleanse your infection. I will ascend you. You will be no mere warrior, nor Kithrak. You will be Bart of Vlaakith, commander of dragons, my only, my chosen. A final chance. Kneel before me. Make your promise. I am Vlaakith, undying queen of the noble Githyanki, god regent of the 6 arms of Tunarath. You will answer to me! The Kithraki will bring you. I will tear your flesh from your bones and devour your skull's marrow while you beg for death. I will consume you. I will unmake you.
Let us have words. Soldier, my engine. It hurts. I think this might be it. Soon. Things burning hotter than I knew it could. I'm not past looking for Damon, but I want us both to be ready if... well, if he can't fix me. Damon's a smart guy. This engine just feels... cooked. But don't worry, I'm not finished yet. Hells no. I've got a to-do list a mile long in this city. Come on, let's go home. Damn, Lae'zel. It can't have been easy to stand up to Vlaakith like that. But there's nothing Lae'zel of Kresh Kilir can't do.
We just played host to an undying queen. Oh, and that's without our fine silverware. You have courage, child of Gith. It is no small thing to turn your back on all the ideals of a lifetime. I try not to play at politics, especially those of another plane. Your prince's battle is his own. But should Great Vlaakith come to settle a score with you, I suppose I could be convinced to kill her. Undying or not, she was very loud.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Baldurin? A crisis created by the same man who shut them out. Are you so heartless that you'd ask the oppressed to suffer? Are you so mindless that you don't see through the blatant political scheming? Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run.
I didn't think I'd live to see the day when you turned your back on your queen. But all things considered, good for you. Of course.
Oh, yes, of course. I can see how the hammer we didn't know existed until Raphael generously enlightened us would take precedence. He's always struck me as the trustworthy type. For now, our plan must remain the same. We go to Sorcerer's Sundries and learn about that crown. And pray the devil doesn't get there first. Glad to see I'm not the only one on the wrong side of an omnipotent authority figure. You did well to break free of Vlaakith's manipulations, though I doubt Vlaakith will let such insubordination go unpunished. Go ahead. I'm listening. Would that I could. But your entourage is full. You'll need to make room for me first. Back in the thick of things at last. Oh, how exciting. Direct me.
Assume nothing. A pleasant exchange.
Vlaakith's a fearsome one. The sort it's hard to say no to. But you said it anyway, to your immense credit. You're choosing truth. You're choosing freedom. For you, for Orpheus, for your people. I wish I knew a good Githyanki cheer to celebrate the occasion, but the only Gith phrases I've picked up are the sweary sort. Well met.
Within reach.
How did you? Oh, it's you. I must have your company isn't unwelcome. You are. I'm haunted by memories. You are at least. Though my relationship with Berlin was different. I see that you are manipulating it to get. I could not have done any of it without her. Astute. You think that but Berlin understood this. Berlin, you would do well to be more like me.
Give up a kidney for a tour of the Steelwatch Foundry. Any of us would be so fortunate.
I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it in truth. The hell? I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. As luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest books. I doubt.
Darn.
Oh, he's always.
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worms Rock's closed for the day. Valyria? Well, I'm not messing about with a murder inquiry for damn sure. Straight ahead across the bridge. A blind ogre couldn't miss it.
Onward.
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Gortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gortash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorm. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city. I admire your audacity, but it'll be the death of you. Ketheric had an army of corpses and a crumbling tower. I have a city and an army of steel. It will be better for us both to resolve our differences amicably. And I have the perfect venue for a face-to-face meeting. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
We should grant him one.
Please make...
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Copper for your thoughts.
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your...
Kinspeople, Baldurians, and dearest Duke Ravengard, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Gortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
The tiefling is letting her passions get the better of her. The situation is delicate. Do not be swept up in her emotions.
So we bide our time. But make no mistake, that monkey is mine.
A moment, please, my friends. An old acquaintance has come to pay her respects. Please, Karlach, come and say a proper hello.
My respects? You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my boot up your...
Ah, how I've missed your colourful turns of phrase. We must catch up just as soon as I've had words with your little friend. As for you, I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided. If you and I come to an understanding, together we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
No! Those watchers are liable to turn us into cat food if we move a muscle.
Sage advice. My steel watchers take unkindly to threats, no matter how hollow. You're of little use to me, dead. But dead is exactly what you will be if you arouse the ire of my steel watch. There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the three are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the Absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp. That sounds all too believable.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate.